is in a very interesting spot, guys. Stock prices have been battling at that $100 level, trying to get the breakout to this euphoric squeeze, which we did see with the all-time high break previously, with an 11% price action movement in one day. We're on the edge of a big breakout or perhaps rejection back down to the mean. So with that being said, guys, please no time within this technical analysis breakdown. Let's go start our technical analysis over on the weekly analysis. We're on the weekly analysis of Robinhood markets. Mind you, guys, this red candle right here has not completely formed, right? We still have until Friday for this weekly candle, being that each one of these candles represents 1 week, right? So we don't want to put too much stock into this as of now. But with that being said, as always on the channel, we start really zoomed out. We get the third eye perspective very deep. And then we get closer, we really analyze this from every single perspective. So first and foremost, guys, we do see this massive cup and handle, which we were following, right? We did break out these big drops over here, initiating it, a harsh downtrend for, this time about 10 months, guys, entering about year and a half, a little bit longer consolidation. And we rip over the top, forming this cup-like structure. And then typically with these cup and handles, you see a sideways like formation like this, maybe, 85% of the time, if not 90. But this time we've seen a little bit of a different structure, guys. We've seen the cup, and then the handle was another mini cup. And a break over these tops, see how this coincides, see how it looks like a cup. And then we see the breakout. What do we see, guys? Right over the top. And boom, right at the neckline. Huge breakout, guys, from these, $67 levels to as high. What's just super interesting, guys, any sort of technical analyst is going to look at this chart like, damn, man, this says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks in a row, which is unprecedented, right? If we zoom out in the past, you will not see that happen. So that is something to note. It doesn't always mean that we're overextended, but it does mean we're overextended. But within these regions, you'll get short sellers trying to take a stab at the stock, getting it to drop. Hence over here, we've seen it pause and then a huge euphoric spike over. So this is the spot, guys, where we could see a lot of sustained momentum higher, or we're eventually going to run into a dip. And as of now, guys, we are teetering on that $100 level. Notice how this one breakout candle pushed on the week, exactly at that $100 level, right? A little bit over, but that rough $100 range. The next candle, inching higher, still bullish, right at that level. This one repressed even higher. The close is even higher on this candle, right? But we're rejecting that $100 level, guys. So it's not a surface level. It's, we've rejected it for 3 weeks. We're going down, right? Of course not. I know we got a lot of seasoned guys on the channel here, but we really like to offer perspective, as I know we have a lot of people here watching the channel. And the fundamentals win, guys. So, we're seeing a big spot here where there could be a lot of downside if we hard reject off this level. Of course, this is the number one psychological level on any chart besides the $1 level, which we're much above, right? So this is the spot where in the long term we could see a drop, likely these 91.11 support levels, or a huge breakout, guys, just like we did with all-time high. We zoom out. The last thing we really want to note in the the weekly analysis is that when it really matters with Hood, guys, notice over here this is the IPO highs within this July region of 2021. We perfectly rejected that level, and then Hood came exactly to this level. Notice this blue trend line over here will turn red. And we paused here, guys. We paused here for a perfect week. And then the one close over it, better seen on the daily, was this massive euphoric squeeze after perfectly sitting dull for 1, 2, and 3 days. So Hood respects these big levels, guys. And we have gotten a couple head fakes over $100, but on the weekly analysis, we get a great perspective momentum. Rising. It's starting to slow down and it's getting ready for that pop or that drop. I don't think we see a lot of consolidation here, just being how euphoric this one is. So with that being said, guys, that is the weekly analysis. As of now, it is very much in the air. So this is a good time to go flip over to the other perspective. So on the daily analysis, we've seen this like flag, pennant-like formation getting tight and then the breakout. It's always nice to see is this nice strong candle within this day come down and retest the zone. This is a very nice look. But the next day gave a pretty unorthodox look. We had a inverted hammer candle, which the buyers are pushing stock price up, is doing really well. We're getting over that $100 level, better breakout, and then it ends right below that. And today we got that hold pretty much over it. We closed 4 cents beneath $100, but not the strong close as you get. But the buyers have still kept this session higher than the last, so we got to lean bullish on the daily, guys. I mean, seeing a consolidation right on that level, right? We're right on this level, guys. We get some strong momentum over it. Just a little bit longer, we could see that big explosive activity. It's not 100%, right? You've seen break up. Would it shock me to see another halt here? No, but we know how Hood reacts on these levels, hence this all-time high breaking 85. We're watching closely over here, guys. So with that being said, we do expect stock price to likely just get the breakout here. You know, that's what it's looking like on the daily. It is more in the air, but our best friend is going to say, hey, do we break this hammer candle low? This hammer candle is printed right here with the low of day defended. Notice how each day since this pennant structure breakout we mentioned on the channel, breakout at $94, we've been higher and higher and higher. If we break this kind of higher, low, higher, high trend, right, and flip beneath, this is not the time we should lose momentum. There's a good chance we pick up the bid on the descending trend line, right? Which we do in play, we'll talk about in a second, but as of now, that's what it's looking like. With that being said, we got to zoom out. We got to get the grand scheme of things. What is going on within the grand scheme perspective? All right, we lean bullish on this first and foremost, but it's very much a 60-40. We've got to keep 100% honest with the channel. So we do see this very clear ascendant channel, guys. You know, stock price is trading within this, trading. Eventually broke over the top. We've kind of been holding that since. So it does look good. All right, we have a lot more good things working for us, guys. But as technical analysts, we want to put our bias to the side, read the data, and kind of get clues before everyone else does. And the clues as of now are saying something big is going to happen. It doesn't mean we're going to get crushed. It could mean we're getting the explosive activity. As of now, we lean to the explosive activity. That being said, let's go hop over to the hourly. See, this is why we do multi-hourly analysis. This looks really, really good in the hourly. So we've obviously seen this pennant structure, right? We predicted over here, we initially seen this drop. We said this big body will depict the pennant, right, the bottom to the top. This will depict it. We'll chop around here. It did depict it. That was a very good read. You can move these trend lines a little bit, guys, but it's this rough squeeze at a major level, getting tight. Someone has to win, and then you see the pop, right? And we've seen that explosive activity until having a couple of head fakes over $100. Hence, all of these, guys. So clearly had some trouble, right? The sellers have had their last defense here, but if it gets blown out, guys, we're going to see a really nice move, probably 105 like that. So on the hourly, guys, it doesn't take a genius to say this. We're seeing a pretty nice pennant structure, guys. I mean, this is tight. This is really tight. This kind of structure leads you to believe that if we get a gap up leading into tomorrow, it should more or less give us that upside, guys. Right? If you see a strong open tomorrow, 101, $102, should be pushing 105, or it should be getting that breakup. We have to see how price reacts within this level, as that's the second part of technical analysis. It's not, hey, we get over $100, let's go buy. It's not how it works, guys. This is where expertise comes into play. So all that to the side, we're getting really, really tight here, guys. We broke out from this pennant structure. Now we're forming another right under this big level. This is a pretty good setup, guys. If we do break long, keep an eye on the volume, right? The volume has been decaying as well. So strong volume break, guys, over this $100 level, gap and go, could be very live. And as of now, it really just confirms back to our daily analysis. And even though we don't have the most accurate read possible within this current day, we've been covering Hood since these freaking, $70, $60 levels, right? This low, man. If we break this low, strong, being this, we'll go mark this up, guys. And if we break this low of day, considering all the signs we said, around that 98.80, we're going to drag a little bit lower. We should be moving lower. It doesn't mean the second we get underneath it, right? But the momentum might flip within the short term until, the buyers can try to take a stab somewhere down here. But it should be some more downside. But as of now, we are predicting the breakout. Looking on the hourly, this very tight structure. It's just relentless from the buyers, man. You see some really harsh signs over here. And they have a strong close of the day within the apex of the structure, where stock price can't, form out too much. This descending trend line is meeting this ascending trend line. If we flip to the 15-minute time frame, I know this one is going to look done. 15 minutes. I used to trade these kind of, and I still do to an essence, but I only trade daily setups now within these tight squeezes. And I'll make another video about that some other time, guys. But as of now, right, we're seeing this tight pinch. You can move the trend lines a little bit. Maybe we do play it a little bit longer, another hour or so. A couple hours within the day, but it's getting tight, guys. So I think we see the confirmation or the breakout within the next day or two within this $100 level. Will we lag here, be a little bit overextended, drop a little bit, right? Failed that $100 break, momentarily getting below it by above it by a dollar, a couple wicks, or do we blow past all these freaking short sellers in this position, guys, and squeeze? Because Hood's been known to do that. If you found any value, guys, consider like subscribing for more of these weekly RobinHood Markets price action updates, unbiased, live, no BS, no fluff updates. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a great day, man. Take care, trade smart, and I'll see you in the next one.